Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen with a lovely podcast with me, the even lovelier BoredGamer, and the loveliest Zinnia. Say hello, Zin.
Hello, Zin.
Alpha 3.20. That's coming along. It's in open PTU now, Zin.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's in open PTU now, not just Wave 4 or whatever. So open PTU to everyone. It's a pretty good patch, genuinely, so far. Obviously, there's a load of known issues still to iron out. But there's a couple of weeks left in September, and it looks like there's going to be a genuinely good live build by the end of that. Although stuff can happen, things can break, the world can implode. But they look like they're in the tail end of fixing all the problems with persistent entity streaming and getting Star Citizen into that nice polished state for an alpha, as we previously talked about, a TOC patch rather than a tick patch. Do you think that's fair to say from what you've seen of it?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
From what I've seen of it, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know until it's actually in our hands. Obviously, 3.20 is feature lacking, or at least it's light on features beyond Arena Commander stuff. Do you think that's appropriate to actually have that kind of polish pass patch?
We talked about this last time. I was like, yeah, it is important for them to have patches that are spot on sort of thing. Yeah,
they're starting to move into a portion of the game now where people have been waiting quite a long time for progress that hasn't necessarily come in the way that Cloud Imperium has said. So they do need to be starting to show that they can actually hold their gamers, make sure their gamers are getting what they want, not having steps back with patches, making sure that these patches are polished, because it is a live service. It is something that people want to play, and they can't have these broken patches like they had with 3.18. But yeah, lots of polish and optimizations for 3.20. And with that in mind, Cloud Imperium have said there's no planned wipe at the moment for 3.20. But that does mean that some things will be wiped still. So people that don't know how the sort of long-term persistence works for the game, when they say there's not going to be a wipe, and there probably won't be a wipe, they basically mean that anything bought with real money will be returned to players, and any customized weapons and components will be stripped off ships and sent to the home location. Items that you have to have taken them out of storage and then put them back into storage at some point during their life cycle for the sort of servitor or the database to have recognised that you own them. So sort of bear that in mind, otherwise they may be wiped. And it doesn't include ships rented with Alpha UEC. I don't believe it includes Rec or anything like that either. And I suppose Rec's on a separate system. I don't actually know how Rec's handled. Stackable consumables, items, food, utility pens, ammo, etc. That gets wiped, and all refinery jobs in progress, that get wiped. So sort of bear that in mind. What I wanted to ask you, Zin,
yes,
is wipe versus no wipe. Do you care if there's a wipe or not? Do you think wipes are actually really good for sort of promoting people to get back into the game because they want to start at square one with everyone else, and it's sort of, they go, cool, yeah, it's a reason to start playing the game? Do you think it's a reason for people to not want to play the game because stuff gets wiped? What are your feelings there?
So I think wipes should only happen if it's necessary, like it will help improve the game's performance. Yeah, or there's some major reason for a feature, or there's a bug or whatever, they have to wipe. Yeah, I never thought of it with the whole obviously it gives everyone kind of a level playing field again, but that's not going to happen in Star Citizen when it actually gets released. So I don't see the point of it for that reason.
And people see the opposite as well. They see it's the opposite of a level playing field because everyone gets reset except for people that have bought ships.
Yeah.
So people that have actually earned ships in game don't have them anymore. So I mean, at the end of the day, what it is that there's loads of different types of people that like wipes versus not wipes for different reasons. Yeah? And Cloud Imperium probably should wipe when it's necessary to wipe, and eventually there won't be any more wipes and the game will be fully live.
Yeah.
Pirate Week! Arr! Zinnia!
Yarr!
Perfect. That is a great pirate
that's
voice.
That's what you're getting.
But that's absolutely fine. And it does hurt my voice doing pirate. So it's Pirate Week, which is kind of an excuse for some ship sales, some cool, piratey, stealthy skins this time. Weirdly, the Mantis wasn't on. Well, I suppose the Mantis is always on sale, always available, but there was no special Mantis things. But it's the last chance for you to be able to do Pirate Swarm in Arena Commander in the old version and get the old badge, if people want that. In 3.20, there's a new version of Pirate Swarm, sort of updated, and a new badge and stuff there. So get involved with that. I did like I'm not sure if you've seen this, I did like the screenshot contest for Pirate Week this time.
Oh yeah, that looked interesting.
They had a little map, and they went, go to these locations on the map.
Yeah.
It's like X's on a map, and have alcohol in hand. Yes, I like some of the stuff like that. I mean, these really like mini events, these mini sort of sales and stuff, they're good for CIG. They sort of help promote a bit of community. They help the monetization model for the game. There's something extra to do. I just wish there was more stuff that was tied to in-game things. Like if there was more awards for completing Pirate Swarm and getting a certain level allowed you to unlock more stuff, because at the moment, completing Pirate Swarm gives you access to purchase a Pirate Gladius and Pirate Caterpillar. But what if you could purchase those in-game if you had completed Pirate Swarm? Or you maybe get some pirate armor or something in-game if you complete it. That sort of stuff would be amazing, right?
Yeah.
At least a lot more interesting than, being able to purchase stuff for the real money. Blech. Oh, something else that's happening at the moment, I believe, is I think Jump Town's running at the moment.
Is it actually running? I know they had it planned.
I think it's running. I'm not paying too much stock on what's happening with 3.19.1 at the moment, because obviously 3.20 is about to release, and the sort of dynamic events like Jump Town, they are partly broken with invisible players and desync and stuff like that. It's almost great. It's almost really good fun. And then you get killed by an invisible player who's running around in circles, entirely invisible. It sort of just breaks my fun level with those sort of events. But I'm interested.
September 21st.
Oh, so it's about to come out, or is it until
3 days? It says on September 21st, the infamous Jumptown drug labs become operational on moons across Stanton.
Okay, so assuming that 3.20 hasn't been released live, which I wouldn't expect it to be, because there's a load of known issues they're still ploughing through, then 3.19.1 will be running Jumptown. When people play that, tell me what they think. Maybe they've done a load of hot fixes. Maybe it has been vastly improved. But I'm waiting for 3.20 before I jump back into especially dynamic events. Tell me what you think. Now, Zin.
Yes.
I wanted to talk a little bit about... There's been a load of drama, leaks and rumours and stuff like that recently. And obviously, we cover that stuff. And I might label lots of stuff drama. I mean, it's all drama to some degree. Some people might think I'm being sensationalist or clickbaity, and effectively I am. I mean, I'm incentivized for people watching my videos. As long as those titles are accurate to the content that you're watching in them, I want them to be clickable on and people to be interested in what's going on there. So do you think that's fair to say? I know you've seen some of my titles and gone, that's a bit clickbaity, and I've obviously edited them or whatever. Do you think that's a fair thing to do? Like, having a title that is incentivizes you to click it by being interesting, but obviously being accurate to the content you get still.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't necessary, but it kind of, I don't know, there are different types of people out there. Like, for me, I just want an informative title that tells me what's in the video. You
just want descriptive, so it literally
I just want to know what I'm going to get. Yeah.
Bullet point title would be good for you. That is basically how I originally approached YouTube as well. That's how I consume data. But obviously, I'm incentivized by metrically what works, and me going, putting stuff in caps, like, what do you think? Or is it the end? I mean, I wouldn't put something as sensationalist as is it the end, unless another article had referenced that. If another article had said, is it the end of Star Citizen? I might be talking about that article, and I'd be, is it the end of Star Citizen? ? I mean, maybe I should always answer the question in the title and just go, no, ellipsis.
But then some people be like, oh, well, I know what the answer is. I'm not going to bother watching that video.
But if someone's not going to watch the video and just look at the title anyway...
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, maybe I don't want them watching the video anyway if they weren't going to watch it in the first place. Basically, I just want a quick discussion on what we should cover and discuss on the channel, and is some stuff too anecdotal and vague? So if we hear, like, there's a rumour or there's something being talked about on Reddit about someone posted and they claim to be a CIG employee and the world's terrible and everything's exploding, do we take that seriously? Or do we only take it seriously if it gets enough traction? Should we cover subjects if it's only just to debunk them sometimes, like I did with the layoff drama?
I think you should, obviously, don't let it interrupt normal news, like actual informative stuff that we could be doing.
Yeah, so summaries and all the sort of stuff that we normally do in the CIG news that's pumped out every week, we'll obviously always be covering that. Yeah, got it?
Yeah. But I think like looking at this stuff and being objective and trying to like actually get to the bottom of it and find out what's true and what's not true, I think that's great. Me personally.
Yeah, so being objective, I'll try to be on some of the stuff. A lot of the stuff, obviously, I have a bias. Everyone does. I'm obviously very pro Star Citizen, and I do trust the devs, and I do want the game to be a success. And I do think a lot of the stuff that's talked about when it comes to Star Citizen doom and gloom and drama is just overly sensationalized, typically. So that is where I wear my bias. But obviously, I do want to talk about anything Star Citizen based, whether it be good or bad. I love the project sort of warts and all. So I do want to understand that I have a bias. I sort of think that's important. But I looked at so many sort of leaks and rumours and articles, and I'm not blameless in this, but I've said what I think. I'm incentivized to have more clickbaity titles, but I do think they're accurate, or they're discussing something else that I think was in the news, effectively, even if it's maybe shouldn't have been. I just think everything's become a bit tabloidy, or at least a lot of it has. Do you think I'm right with that, or do you think actually it's no more tabloidy than it always is, or it doesn't matter that it's tabloidy?
I think a lot of it is because of the whole, what's the word? I want to say persona, but that's not it. But like the whole thing that is around Star Citizen, because it is this massively funded game and it's been in development for so many years. People love poking holes at it.
Yeah.
Or poking holes in it, but you know.
I don't think there's anything wrong with people actually poking Star Citizen and looking at the development, and people that don't understand it as well, very much.
But because of that, it does become tabloidy, because they're like they want these sort of like clickbaity titles, essentially.
Because that's the only thing that those people that don't really play Star Citizen or have looked into Star Citizen, that's the only thing they know about Star Citizen, right?
Yeah.
It is, and that's what they expect from when it's covered. If a publication started going, Star Citizen's actually pretty good as a title, or it's making progress, people aren't even going to read that article that aren't Star Citizen fans or playing it. Okay, I can see that. But there's loads of stuff recently as well. So just massively exaggerated leaks and rumours, and with the Star Citizen leaks recently as well, there's lots of stuff that's been going on there, and people have been going, there's no sources to this, or they actually are quite selective with their leaks, because they previously have said they wouldn't share Squadron 42 leaks, but they share some bits of Squadron 42 leaks and not others. And I think there's a level of how is stuff vetted when it comes to leaks and rumours or whatever. If you just have someone posting on Reddit, how well vetted is that? Sometimes it's not vetted at all. And when you're not publishing your sources, again, or if you're not from a sort of high place of trust, which, again, leaks and rumours pretty much never are, what do you do? The accuracy rates of that are very low. And even when they are accurate at the time, they might change. The only real thing I sort of have a reasonable amount of stock in is data mines and patch note leaks from like Evocatis. But those like Evos and stuff, they shouldn't be leaking the information. CIG employees that are leaking, if they're leaking information at all, they shouldn't be leaking that information either. And that's weird, because that puts in doubt whether those leaks are accurate, even, because they're not doing their job properly, or they're breaking their NDAs to share information they shouldn't really share. And to what purpose? To give some interesting news gossip points online? There's never been a leak that I've seen that's been groundbreaking.
It's all for Reddit karma.
It's all for clout and Reddit karma, and not entirely. Yeah. And obviously, I don't make Star Citizen content for the clouts in. I make it for the money. Well, at least partly that is true, right? Because I employ you, and I effectively do this as a job, and I want to cover all things Star Citizen. Any news about Star Citizen is good for me, whatever it is, and I want to talk about it. Even if it's something that is quite gossipy, is quite tabloidy, or something that I potentially shouldn't give a platform to. And I'm not even really sure what that means, but that's what a lot of comments have said. It's like, oh, you're giving like legitimacy to these leaks or whatever, or these rumours, or these posts on Reddit. And I go, I want to talk about it still. What's the problem? Is there a problem with that? Do you think there is ever a time I should just go, ignore this?
No.
Good. That's a great answer.
I think, because if you think that there is nothing to back it up or anything, you'll say so, and then people should understand that. You can't just go, oh, I'm going to ignore that leak, because then people will probably start wondering, what the fuck, why are you not talking about it?
Yeah. I think what it is that I think leaks and all that. People should be able to be free to discuss and talk about what they want and post what they want. And I think people should be grown up enough to be able to discuss that and go, look, take these with a huge pinch of salt, giant heap of salt, or this is probably highly inaccurate, but we'll talk about it anyway. So the whole community, the whole being of Star Citizen, persona of Star Citizen, as you said earlier, but potentially incorrectly, is that of it's a bit dramatic around it. It's a bit sensationalist with a lot of stuff. It's a huge scope. It's an interesting game. There's a load going on with it. There's a bit of theatre there, right? And I don't know. It's all part of the experience for me. But I'm really interested to know what other people think. Like, do you think that there are stuff that we shouldn't cover? Compare it to stuff that we are covering. Just don't go, you shouldn't cover this sort of thing. If we've never covered it and never likely to cover it, then we probably won't. So with that all in mind, Sin, some more recent rumours and leaks. And so there's been a load of confusion about 4.0, 3.21 at the end of the year. Is it coming out? Is it not coming out? And this is, again, my fault for just every time there's a leak saying the opposite or whatever, we talk about it. So we don't know whether 4.0 is going to be out by the end of the year. Cloud Imperium has suggested 3.21 in various media. However, there's some rumours that server meshing might be being tested in some limited fashion by the end of the year. That would be cool. If we have server meshing or 4.0 in some form in either party's hands even, that would be great. Do you think that's a possibility? I suppose your answer would be maybe.
Yeah, very probably. I mean, so this has come from a leaked email, wasn't it?
I mean, so yes, but then there's even more from that. There's loads of other leaks. Again, they're not sourced, or they're repackaged leaks. So this is something else that I really briefly want to talk about. When people are leaking or rumours or even my videos or other people's content or articles or whatever, a lot of those leaks and rumours or whatever get repackaged and then pushed into the narrative or whatever is being discussed in that video. So they get changed. It could be very different from what was originally discussed. And especially when there's like, oh, I've got 8 sources that are all saying a similar thing. So that must mean that this is true. Might not necessarily be true, but this is the most likely version of events that everyone sort of aligns up on. There's a lot more of that going out as well at the moment, where there's some other leaks that I've seen that say, oh yeah, Cloud Imperium, a few devs have said that server meshing might be in testing by the end of the year, but that's the sort of in addition to that email.
Yeah.
And the other thing was Squadron 42 release is about a year away, according to some of these leaks, and Squadron 42 stuff is going to be at CitizenCon. We already expected that, and Squadron 42 is approaching feature or content complete in some way. So very vague statements, but they could all potentially be true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? It's like, yeah, I mean, that's sort of what we expected. I mean, to be honest, every year if someone had said Squadron 42's release is about a year away, I would have gone, okay, yeah, that sounds reasonable. Since 2016. So, yeah, so let's just take rumours and all this sort of stuff with a big pinch of salt, please. Last thing I wanted to talk about, really, Sin, was a tiny bit on Star Atlas. And I go, what? Well, we're not Starfield. No, Star Atlas, mate. So, do you know much about Star Atlas?
No, I did a quick Google and got bored.
Okay, no worries. So it's, if I was describing it to someone that had no idea what it was but knew what Star Citizen was, I'd say it's Crypto Citizen. It's a little bit more Eve-like than Star Citizen as far as I understand it, although it's Star Citizen in gameplay with a load more Eve-based mechanics, so they're going into like industry and economy stuff. It's an MMO, it's got pretty ships, very similar to Star Citizen and a huge amount of its stuff that it wants to do, massive scope, and a load of ex-CIG artists or contractors have built concepts for them. So Star Atlas very much gone after those people and gone build chips for us, build concepts for us. I do think they lost a lot of money with FTX and some other crypto issues that had happened previously. But they are making a game, and they are progressing with it. It doesn't look like a rug pull. I mean, do your own research. I can't guarantee that. The nature of crypto is extremely volatile and erratic. The game is play to earn, which is an interesting proposition. I'm not going to shit all over it, but I just say there are risks there. It's Unreal 5 engine, so it potentially is going to look very, very pretty. And it's an interesting thing to talk about at the moment. It's not something I'm particularly interested in. I got my Star Citizen. I don't want to play crypto games. I don't think I play any crypto games. It's obviously me and your partners in are quite into our crypto, or at least previously were, and moderately savvy. I mean, I'm more of a dum-dum. but I probably wouldn't play crypto games at the moment just because I think they're highly risky and very volatile. But I know some people are going to be like, Star Atlas is great, or it's a similar proposition to Star Citizen with unlimited funding, potentially with crypto, or unlimited ability to expand, or whatever. People that love Star Atlas, cool. Feel free to tell me about it. Now, Morphologist, someone that covers Star Citizen very well,
yes.
And he's a professional architect, and he makes very pretty Star Citizen videos. And some of the stuff I say to Zin is, one day, Zin, you'll be able to get some shots like Morphologist, because he's beautiful.
Never gonna happen, mate.
But he's been helping Star Atlas with the architecture of some of their ships, which I thought was interesting, and been working with some ex-CIG devs and employees with that. I just thought people would want to know. I was talking about that the other day. I love Morph. I think he's a good chap. Does very good videos. I'm sort of interested to know what people's thoughts are on Star Atlas. So what are your thoughts, just knowing about it very, very lightly from my description? Is that something you're like, ooh, super risky, that sounds red flag, or like, oh yeah, maybe in the future might be interesting?
I mean, I wouldn't say red flag, but it's not something that I'd probably ever get into. It's a weird one, like, but it is a case of like, why crypto?
I suppose it's because NFTs and the ecosystem there are the rage. It is basically Star Citizen with NFTs and crypto, sort of as the ecosystem there. And I think that if you want to do play to earn and that sort of stuff, some people are going to be more interested in that. To me, that's more risky to me and something I'm not so interested in. But it works for some people, I suppose.
Mm.
But as a proposition beyond that, do you think it's a potential competitor to Star Citizen, or, well, they've got another 10 years before they're going to be able to compete?
I was going to say, probably got another 10 years before they can compete.
Yeah.
Like, it's like people poo-poo all over Star Citizen, but they have come a long way since their beginnings.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that year on year, Star Citizen have been making more and more money. I do think by the end of the year, they will have a record-breaking year again this year by quite some margin. I do think that CitizenCon, Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, and the last couple of patches we got this year will catapult the game into like $120 million sort of like in the year. That's my expectation. But yeah, that's all I sort of want to talk about. And please, in your comments below, tell us what you think about Star Atlas. Are you interested in it at all? You just think, no way at all. What do you think about what we should be covering on the channel with Star Citizen? Should it be all sort of news and all sort of information, anything that gets any form of sort of exposure to a large enough audience we should be talking about, even if it is just to debunk it? Or should we just ignore certain things? And if so, what? And yeah, are you excited for Alpha 3.20? Do you think there's going to be 4.0 in some form by the end of the year, even if it's just server meshing tests in Yavakati's hands? That's what you think in the comments below. Zin?
Yes?
You may say goodbye, Zin.
Goodbye, Zin.
Thanks very much for watching, guys. You take care, and I'll see you in the verse. NordVPN is amazing and you should buy it. It's so useful, it's easier to tell you what it can't do. NordVPN can't do your taxes. Nord, how much do I owe for VAT? NordVPN can't help you buy more spaceships. Nord, add a terrapin to my shopping cart. NordVPN can't cook for you. No, my cabbages! And NordVPN can't be your girlfriend. Can't or won't NordVPN, if that is your real name. NordVPN.com/BoredGamer will help you connect to the internet more safely, securely, and anonymously, with greater access to the content you want. But can I teach it to love? Links below for the best NordVPN deals around. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and for September, that's for the Drake Corsair, that fantastic exploration ship. Not only will you be able to explore the verse with it, but the ship is perfectly competent at a huge range of gameplay, and is a fantastic mission-running ship. You can use it for cargo, you can put some vehicles in there. It's reasonably good in a fight, one of the true multi-role, multi-crew ships. To be in for a chance of winning one of those, just comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details down below. Also down below are links to be able to support the channel more. There's the join button, making you one of my elite channel members. You'll get occasional exclusive content. There's also YouTube badges and emotes to show your support. There's also Patreon for those of you that prefer that. We try to mirror the rewards on there as well. But just people liking, subscribing, and sharing these videos goes a long way. A heartfelt thank you to everyone that watched the video. I hope you have a great September, and I'll see you in the verse.